Let me say something uncomfortable. Even if you paste these questions into an AI tool, even if the SQL gives you a perfect solution, the answer can still be wrong. Not because AI is bad, not because SQL is complex, but because these problems are not about syntax. They are about how data actually behaves in the real world. Today, I'll walk you through 5 real scenarios where SQL runs successfully, AI generated queries looks correct, and yet the numbers are misleading. In this video, we'll use a real dataset employee activity. This is the kind of data used in actual companies for headcount reporting, productivity tracking, and performance dashboards. And I'll show you where both humans and AI tools go wrong unless the analyst thinks clearly. Question number 1. Counting employee versus counting rows. How many active employees did we have last month? Sounds simple. Most people and most AI tools start with something like count rows where status is active and the SQL will run, but the numbers will be wrong. You know why? Because rows are not employees. One employee appear multiple times, once for every working day. Very important. This is not an SQL mistake. This is a thinking mistake. And AI tools repeat it because they don't question what on one row represents. Let's find the correct solution. Question 1. Counting employee was counting. Select count distinct employee ID as active employee from employee activity where status equal to active and activity date equal greater than or equal to 2025 0101 and activity date less than or equal to 2025 0101. Taking the count of active employees on a single day. Here we see total 11 active employees work done 1st January. Question number 2. Averaging at the wrong level. What's the average number of hours worked per employee? AI will happily give you an average hours worked. The query will run and the answer will look reasonable, but it's still wrong. Average depends on what you average first. Are you averaging hours per row or hours per employee? Very important. AI averages rows. Good analysts average business entities. That's the difference between a query that runs and an answer you can trust. Let's see the solution. Question number 2. Averaging at the wrong level. Select employee ID, sum of hours worked as total hours from employee activity where status equal to active grow by employee ID. Let's run and see the total hours of active employees. Now we have employee ID total hours. Employee ID 1 worked on 39.550, employee 2 worked on 24 hours, employee 3 worked on 34.5 hours. To get the average, let's put this into a CT with employee as select average of total hours as average hours from employee hours. Now let's run and see this. Now we have a total average hours of 29.91. Let's round it to let's round it to two decimals. Round. Now this will give us a clear number, and our total average hours is 22.92. Filtering after aggregation. Now let's talk about filtering. Which department resolves more than 500 tickets this month? This is where even experience analysis and AI tools goes wrong. Filtering before aggregation answers a different question than filtering after aggregation. SQL doesn't warn you, it just gives you the wrong story. Keynote is where was having, where syntax filters the data, having filters conclusions. Mixing them changes the entire business logic. Filtering after aggregation. To find which departments resolved more than 500 tickets this month, let's write a query. Select department, sum of tickets resolved as total tickets from employee activity, where activity date between 2025 0101 and 2025 0131. Group by department, having some tickets resolved greater than 500. Here in the January month, department support resolved total 820 tickets. Question number 4. Date logic that quietly breaks reports. Question is, which number goes into the board deck? This one is dangerous because nothing looks wrong. Monthly numbers don't match. Everyone blames data freshness, but the real issue is time granularity. Grouping by date instead of month creates partial truths, and partial truths are the hardest bugs to find. Keynote: SQL did not fail, but the reporting logic will. Let's write a query to find the correct answer. Question number 4. Date logic that quietly breaks reports. Let's write a query. Select date format. Activity date. Percentage by percentage as month. Comma department. Sum of tickets resolved as monthly tickets. Where status equal to active group by this date format to get monthly results. Comma department order by month department. Let's run and see the results. Department. Now we have a monthly results. You see month, department and monthly decades. In first month, engineering department, they have 75 tickets resolved, and in HR department, 23 tickets resolved, and support team, they have 820 tickets resolved, and so on for the second month and third month. Question number 5. When the definition is the real work, most important. What is the productivity per employee? And this is the one that causes the most damage. Everyone writes SQL, everyone gets a number, but no one agrees. Because productivity is not a SQL function, it's a business definition. Keynote is AI can write a query, but it cannot decide what business actually means. That's still the analyst job to do. Let's write a query to find the solution. Question number 5. When the definition is the real work, most important, date format, activity date, percentage y, percentage n, as month, count, distinct employee ID as active employee, sum of tickets reserved as total tickets from employee activity, where status equal to active, group by, this is the date. Let's run and see what we get. Now we have month, active employees, and total tickets. Our question is, what is productivity per employee? Now let's put this into a CTE with monthly as select month, total tickets, is active employees, total tickets divided by active employees as tickets per employee from monthly stats divided by month. Let's see what it will give us. Now if you see, we have month, total tickets, active employees, and tickets per employee. In the first month, total 918 tickets were resolved. Active employees were 19. So total 918 divided by 19 will give us the 48.31, and so on and so forth. Let's just round this. Round, comma, 2, and run it again. Yeah. Now it looks perfect. If this video helped you think differently about analytics, you can like the video to help others find it. New videos on real data analytics, SQL interviews, and problem solving are published regularly. You can subscribe and turn on notifications to stay updated. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.